Hi, this is Military Modeller Paul with a final review of my Churchill Mark VII, the Tamiya kit, with the Edward extras and bits and pieces on it, and the AVF Club tracks in place. I've done as far as I'm going to do weathering wise. I've done it, get a pure matte coat over it to stop some of the shininess. There's a little bit shiny in places, not much, and I quite like that colour. It's really good. It could have had a bit more weathering, but as you can see, I've got the base done as well. Now the only problem with the base is it looks more like a desert scene than what it does like in Tunisia than anywhere else. So I may put the Churchill on there just to show you, because it's not going to go on this base because it just doesn't look right. But I put it on there just to show you the base as well. So I can turn the old this round now and show you what I mean by the Churchill. I'm saying she's done. She looks grimy, and but not really heavily muddly. Muddly. What am I saying? Heavily mudded. I'm quite pleased with how she turned out, and I have got another kit of this to build, as you know, and what I will be doing is doing a lot of cutting up on that to make it look like the one in the photograph. And I've got some stowage I should say, in milliput, and here it is. And I was going to put it on the turret just there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put it on the next version because I've decided that I'm going to call this one done. I think you can actually see the different shade green on the bottles there, just to give it a bit of definition there. And yeah, so I'm quite pleased with the way the Churchill's turned out. And what I'll do in a minute, I'll show you the base on its own. But there you go. So come round this way. Sorry, doing that. Round away. She is dusty. She's grimy. She's got some mud in there. I think I showed you that last time. And the only thing I've really got to do is put a bit of grease on there again as well, which I forgot to do because I've muddied that up as well, and a bit of grease on it. But they weren't heavily greased up anyway, so there you go. I've just touched my microphone, so that was a bit stupid. But anyway, so that's the Churchill done. So there you go. I think you can see quite nicely the old periscopes again. I'm quite pleased with those, considering it's just silver paint and some what they call it. What is it? Micro crystal clear over them. Just gave them, and I put 2 coats on just to give a bit of depth. The lights, as you can see, I've got the same thing in there. You can see the shine on the lights there. There's 2. You're going to see one and the other one. So I'm quite pleased with that as well. I will do that differently next time. I actually fill them up and then put a bit of protection over them so I can spray and not affect them at all. But all I did was polish them off afterwards, and it with a cotton bud, which really worked nicely. So there you go. Turret still goes move. Air up and down and everything there. So yep, so I'm going to actually call that quit. So I'm just going to take the Churchill off now. I'm just going to switch this off briefly, and I'll come back in a couple of seconds. Oh, we're back, and as you can see, this is the actual dry armour on its own, which I'm going to say it's a good fit. I've just noticed a bit of shininess over there. I think I mentioned earlier, but that'd be a bit more sand put around there and with a bit of glue. First one, really pleased with it, and like I said, it didn't work out to be a European one after all. It ended up being a Tunisian sort of thing, and when I realised it, I thought to myself, I'll carry on with that process and finish it off as that. So that's what I've done. But I've got a Bastogne one to do some point with the jumbo tank, which I will do with a few troops on it. This will have another tank in it, either a Tunisian Tiger from Germany, the Tiger one, the early version from there, the desert one, or a Churchill tank, which I'm more inclined to do, the Churchill Mark III, which was in Tunisia and for Africa in it through. So that would be interesting because the colours were matching with this desert scene as well. So that's what I'm planning to do. So I'm just going to turn off briefly to show you what it looks like with a 8-wheeler armour car on there. And there you go. And that's what with my DAC German armour car, the command vehicle. I was pleased with that, the way the weathering came out on that. So, but it actually sits quite nicely on this diorama. So, you know, there you go. But you can see a bit more of the diorama as it comes round. And put it a bit more. And there you go. So basically, you can see what I mean. It looks the part. And I'm really pleased with the dio from my first one. And over here you can see those 2 stains. That's 2 leaves that I cut with one of those little leaving machines. Put them in there because it was meant to be for European. The good thing is they're going to be covered up because I'm going to put a petrol can there at some point, and actually have the fuel oil or oil can going in, so it's actually staining the bit of water puddle there that's there, and make it into an oily puddle rather than a water puddle, which you can do with that because it's clear. So there you go. So that's basically my drama. So if I just swing it back round to that, there you go. And as I said, whoops, I'll bring it in a bit nearer. I'm quite pleased with it, and the dial is quite good for this time. And as you can have a look, you're learning all the time. And this is the first one I've done with from the base up. We've put in moulding material in there as well. So there you go. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Happy modelling.